Tell them that I need.
I'm ready.
Welcome on Bracket Fire Network. Oh yes, you're welcome on Black Fire Network, Africa Maria, with my colleague INNOSSETU, broadcasting straight up live from Kampala. Some drop me. From Kampala. Yes, otherwise it's a good afternoon here. And probably it's a morning in different destinations outside Africa. And today we've come a little bit earlier to make sure that we beat the deadline of today, because we have realized that usually on Mondays, the usual time we come, our electricity is always off. And so, yeah. So we had to, of course, think to it that at least we appear before the usual time to make sure that even if the electricity goes, we are able. Of course, to meet you guys today, and it's a pleasure having those who are watching us straight up from Black Fire Network Live. Thank you for coming. Today's topic is about the Congo attempted coup, which of course, like a lot of people have no idea that we had an attempted coup in Congo. When I personally heard about this, I was extremely excited, because it is something that I wished at least to, of course, happen in such a country that is going through a lot.
Michelle is watching us right about
All right. If Michelle has a fan, right, she's there. Yeah. Okay, Michelle, thank you so much for sharing our live in the on our WhatsApp group, and thank you very much for also watching us today. Michelle, you're welcome, and good afternoon. So, like I was saying, guys, this coup, apparently a lot of people have no idea about this coup that, of course, happened last week, and on 19th, which is last week, yeah. So, we had attempted coup in, of course, Congo. When it comes to Congo, this is something everyone would wish, actually, more especially those who really know what exactly is happening in Congo, and those who know the history of Congo. When we see Congo is one of the countries in Africa, I believe that everyone would be willing to join to bring change. All right. If at all that change is to, of course, depend on the greatness of Congo, because I personally bleed for Congo, because most of us have seen what Congo has been going through. Now, about this particular coup, there are still speculations and there are still debates about this coup. A lot of different people are bringing out different evidences to, of course, show the people behind this particular coup. But I'm sorry to say, this was the most stupidest coup I've ever seen. So Innocent was telling me something. Apart for him, he feels like this very guy. I he feels like this very man who was leading the coup was a very greedy person, that he did not want to involve a lot of people. So we had a lot of little teenagers, okay, which is okay for the young people to hold power. But most of these other people that you got from Congo were so unprofessional. These were just young people who got from the streets and were ready to bring change if at all you had that strong heart. It is also known that this particular man who is, of course, a citizen of the United States of America, and also his son is a citizen of the United States of America. Unfortunately, this brother was murdered that very, very day when they, of course, entered that, let me say, the White House. Or the state. I was, let's call it the Washington D.C. of Congo. So, so the White House of Congo, what did that palace?
Yeah,
Yeah,
palace.
yeah. But so when these guys entered, before even they had taken over, because I think the first thing for you to claim power over country, you should hijack the president. If you have not hijacked, unless on all the president, yeah. So if you hijack these places, that is when the president is out, for example, outside of the country, check it out, or somewhere, then you can hijack. All right, and then you claim or you declare yourself or whoever being the president.
Sometime back, African countries, if at all you capture radio and TV, you're done.
No, after they after they captured the other place, they bring the journalists to broadcast live to let the world on the country know that someone else is in power. And for that scenario that happened in Uganda way back before we were born, they spoke about Radio Uganda. I think that was the biggest stream at that time. It was the biggest broadcasting media at that time. So who cousin I mean about it. I mean
Well, yeah, I mean,
but
but there are a lot of presidents
about
that were
declaring Radio Uganda.
between that time.
Yeah, so a lot most of these people were on radio were on Radio Uganda, and they declared that is when they took over the state house. So this Congo, because he was both a U.S. citizen and also a Congo citizen. I guess he had a dual citizenship, being someone from Congo. He had traveled to the United States. He was in the United States. He married in the United States, as a family, and he was training his son for a very long time for this specific day. And so he came down with his son. And among the people that were arrested, actually, we shall be sharing the video. Among the people that were arrested were actually, we saw another white.
That white guy.
The white guy really. He started crying good. But if you see some other speculations, I say it's a speculation because we haven't gathered the facts yet, but that doesn't stop us from talking about this, because it has, of course, raised different feelings from different people. There is also, I believe that This was a greedy organization. These people had a huge backup.
Mm.
All right. From I hope you find that one that is not speaking in French. Mute Ngakuwa.
Kusimanya Christian Malanga.
Let's first share with you a little bit about this.
Smora video.
Mhm. Bagambye oyo.
Yeah. So I think these people were still outside the palace premises because the last video this guy recorded before they shot him, he was within the palace.
Inside.
Over there inside.
Abadde ku lubalaza.
Mm.
But why is there? Why is it that there is no
Any guard.
any guard? It's like they set a trap for these guys.
Mm.
Nterera.
Hey, Baba Telomwe, so
Eh,
that is the guy.
nonyayo akalala ka
Christian
video
Malanga.
ngako bwe ka play.
Eh?
Nonyayo akalala.
Sobola nti ebyo kuba ebirala ku-
Notinga.
So I think that is one of the short clips this guy recorded before.
We had some. I think later on the show we are going to, of course, we're going to share. I hope I don't know. Can I can use a downloading?
Tosobola kudownloadinga Facebook.
Ndawuliranga naawe ebintu afu.
Bisobola osigala ku Facebook naye tekasobola kugenda mu ssimu.
Ogenda kumpata.
Downloading kireka kisoboka ewuwo.
Mutinga wano kade njagala kumpa.
Kireka kisoboka ewuwo.
Dokumentinge.
Nyanze manyi Facebook bisigala ku Facebook they can't be on the phone.
Kale, katulabe. Not bagambye kale.
It is a video I wanted to share when they were arresting these people. These people. These people. They were arresting these people.
Mutinga noonya bali mutinga. Kugamba leero kukaa.
When they were arresting these people. I guess another video is here. Another video is here. Another video is here. Try to share it here. Try to share it here. Hmm?
Encourage nayo bangi.
Now I think this was the last and the last video before they were captured and before they killed this guy. this guy here, because he was the leader of the coup, Wabari side. And this is his son. This one here in black
Mm.
is his son. Declare already. So looking at this attempted coup in Congo, to me this is one of the stupid like the silly coups I've ever seen in history of Africa and coups, history of coups in Africa. This is the silliest kind of, let it be social media or technologies that have advanced, but it is the silliest I've ever seen.
Mm.
So we see that the silliest element of the belief and chaotic Congress coup attempt at the weekend was its social media strategy.
Mm.
Kitegeera? That strategy was stupid. The social media strategy. People declare themselves when they have attained power already.
What?
Kitegeera?
Danga
We,
kati banzanyirako na
we know.
them.
Anti okozesezza HDF downloader.
Shit! No, the fact you didn't send it to Wali, Ogame, you can't download your Google Facebook. Tonga be a common or just so it's not even.
Ngambye owulira, ngambye w'ogidownloadingira ku Facebook esigala ku Facebook nga tokozesezza eno app ya gundi eya Facebook downloader. Ngamba ng'ogidownloadingira ku Facebook, it stays with Facebook. Nga w'onaakwata ekifaananyi, nga w'onaakwata ekifaananyi, nga w'onaakwata kitegeera si byakozesa app. Kati awo tukozesezza app okusevinga ekifaananyi. So we see that the weekend was, of course, its social media strategy, which was also silly and stupid. You can't, of course, declare that we are going to fight these people like we are. They even know the faces that are fighting. A lot of people have organized coups and they are unknown. Look at this guy of Burkina Faso. We just saw him like blah has captured power. By the way, this guy extended the term limit, the transitional limit to 5 years. That Burkina Faso guy. So we see that Christian Malanga, Democratic Republic of Congo, on of course a live stream video dressed in of course a camouflage and flanked by armed men. Felix yet out, he said that to the camera that we are coming for you soon. That's why these people were saying in camera that we are coming for you, President of course Kisekedi, for you. This was a live stream that was of course streamed live, and of course people across the world were watching how these people were fighting, how these people were ready to take on power in Congo. So minutes later, we see that Malanga a used car dealer in, of course, Utah and, of course, United States, who returned to Congo to plot outstanding the President Tshisekedi, the current president of Congo, per now, was shot dead by the presidential guard. So this guy, of course, died on the spot. So his, of course, military crew of 50 gun toting rebels, which included his son, who was in black in that video that I've shared. That guy was in black, was his son. We see that a drug dealer convicted in America and Congolese migrant to Britain, Ochitegere, was soon, of course, pleading for mercy. By that time, the government or the royal guards fired to these people. So the government in Kinshasa has, of course, offered a little detail about the, of course, the purported punch, which has fueled speculations about whether a foreign force was behind it or whether it was even a genuine coup attempt. This wasn't a genuine coup attempt to me. We see that Malanga's plot began, of course, uncertainly early on Sunday when the gunmen drove around the capital trying to find the homes of their first targets. So the first targets of these people were, of course, Jean Pierre Pemba, the 61, the defense minister, a former rebel commander backed by Uganda, and, of course, Judith Suminwa, 56, and the new and the new prime minister of Congo by then. So the attackers gave up as they blundered around in dark and headed to the residence of Vital Kamere. So we see that who is, of course, due to be installed as a parliamentary speaker next week. So these people targeted like key figures in the government of Congo, starting with the president, prime ministers, and, of course, different ministers, and, of course, the speaker of the parliament of Congo. So it was then that these things started going even more wrong for the blotters. Instead of working unopposed into Kareme's house, this is one of the officials that are yet to swear in, of course, go in Congo. So they met stiff resistance from well-armed guards who fought off the attackers, killing at least one of them. So the target's wife, Hamida Kamere, wrote on Twitter and said that the attackers managed to enter our plot, shooting restlessly at everything there that moved. Together. So uh, uh, so we see that unable to advance, that the attackers drove to the fortified Paris de la Nationale, or the State House of Congo, and, of course, the fortified executive headquarters of the Congolese government at around 4 a.m. in the night. So it was empty and unguarded, just like we saw, just like the video I've shared. You are like the army and the police was it that they were not aware, like these people entered a free and empty place, which they get. So it was unguarded and empty. So these people started recording social media videos, which they started streaming live, fighting, streaming live. So we see that unfueling the old flag of the Zaire from the era of Mobutu. This is actually the flag that this the deceased of the leader of this attempted Kumalanga was using that flag of Mobutu, that old flag of Zaire. So selfies were uploaded to social media showing men in combat fatigues clutching guns. Malanga gave a brief unscripted speech describing his country as bleeding. His right hand was, of course, badged from the Paris de la Nationale. The gunmen ran straight into the center attack by the government troops, sending Malanga's force sprintering in all directions. They were they weren't they were not even trained. for this war. They were not even ready. They just woke up with their anguishments to
Well,
fight.
there is some speculations that the three, one Muzungu and the other two were actually members of the,
Hey,
of
having
course.
met you, hope you have a good week ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Jibijaba. They are security officials of the United States of America. Though the United States denied that this it doesn't know these people, but of course they had the passports and the IDs of the United States. So yeah, there is a speculation that they were trained. The American citizens and some of people still believe they were under CIA.
So, secondly, looking at, of course, at this attack, for me, I don't even call it a coup. It was an attack. It is not a coup. So we see that some fighters were killed by the fireflies. Some were arrested, others ran for their lives. So two of them, Malanga's son and of course Marcel, the 21-year-old, and his friend Taylor Thompson, a teammate from the mighty Grizzlies high school football team in Otal, made it to be made it to made it to the, of course, the Congo River. They dived into the water in an attempt to swim to Brazil. So the city, the Brazzaville, sorry, the city on the opposing bank in the neighboring Republic of Congo. Um, so we see that they didn't get far in the strong current. However, the video of the arrest shows them soaked to the skin, Thompson with a bleeding head and pleading for mercy. Kitegeera? So images were of course circulated online showing Malanga's body short while resisting arrest. So his former partner, Britain Sawyer, said her son, of course, is it Machel, who had been a promising outside linebacker at the Copper Hill High School in West Jordan, Utah, was blameless. So this was this is what the mother said of Malanga's son, said that this was an innocent boy following his father. She posted on Facebook and Twitter. So I'm so tired of all the videos being posted all over and being sent to me. So look at that guy. That
Somehow, I think this Muzungu guy maybe was related to the wife because this man, of course, has currently has a white woman.
so another plotter described by the Congolese officials as a neutralized Briton and Malanga's number two Chakuri, said in a film interview that he had been duped into taking part of Ezangi Yusuf, who said he was from England. Said Malanga told him the coup plot had American support. So we were only following his ideology when he told us that he's going to seize power because he has Americans behind him. Yusuf said. So this, when they arrested, this is what his some of these youths that were, of course, following this guy said. So a Facebook account under his name tags him as a former student at the College of Perigini, Enfield, and of course Northeast London in southern Tottenham. Unconfirmed reports said an American convict drug dealer, Benjamin Zulman, a 36-year-old from Maryland, was among those who were killed. So we see that an American businessman who had dealings with Malanga and of course Zulman in the recent years said that details of the Congolese escape bed sounded even more stupid than what he expected of them. Kitegeera? So we see that uh, uh, we see that like I said at first, this kind of coup is one of the silliest coups I've ever seen. And by the way, just because this Malanga guy, actually, this guy would have not been killed. He expected a lot, maybe from the international players like the USA, maybe, maybe, maybe he expected. That's why he had that confidence. And the people he was attacking, because you can't be like 40, however much. We see that in Uganda, rebels seized power in Uganda when they were only 14. But those were times when Uganda had even few weapons to fight rebels to safeguard the nation, the state. But looking at Congo, despite of what Congo is going through today, I think they have enough guns to suppress 50 people who are attacking actually the president and of course officials. These people were of course and they were not skilled enough because I was reading somewhere and of course one of the key of course players they were targeting was like they were shooting everywhere. Okitegeera ne bye baali bakuba baali tebabitegeera. They were shooting everywhere in the place. They were just shooting everywhere in the place. They were not trained. They had no skills of fighting.
Those people switched off the lights when they were attacking them. And they knew they did so. I think that is one of the tactic, of course, you can use against someone that you are very sure of doesn't know the area. So they cut off the electricity and the place was dark. So they were running randomly, and the people who were, of course, protecting themselves knew every corner of that palace. But why did they even broadcast shit? That was so awesome. Why did I even-
Olowooza nkulimba. So looking at, we see that Kole, we see that Kole Dasi, of course, who studied in the University of Zalman, Puron, 2 decades ago, and of course reconnected in 2020 when Zulman approached him about mining opportunities in Africa, introduced him to, of course, Malanga. So they were basically scammers. Lucy told that, of course, told the journalists that, of course, from his home in Switzerland, about his dealings over 18 months with the pair, nothing overcame of their plans. So they seemed very egotistical, greedy, and desperate, not very intelligent. Like, did not plan this properly, and their logic never added up. This is the thing I was talking about. Like, these plotters, they were greedy for power because they were they would have organized this. A lot of people could have been in this school for it to succeed. You told me that you were a supporter. If you were in Congo, you would support these people in Congo.
I mean, everyone, because everyone who knows what Congo is going through, they want change. They want Congo to have a freedom. They want Congo to stop bleeding. Since even before I was born, Congo has been going through this. So if at all there is a right cause that is going to lead people to that better cause, I believe someone should. But I didn't say I'm not joining the coup because there is a lot of speculations about that particular coup that even still makes it not clear. When you are dealing with Americans to bring change in a country that America is exploiting, then what are you? That's the message.
So we see that these people were too greedy. First of all, they were not intelligent enough about, to me, about the war tactics and what to do in a war in case anything happens. So the coup had its roots in the Congolese diaspora, more of the Congolese diaspora than the people of course in Congo. So, a large expatriate population forced to leave their homeland because of the cynical political violence and the chaos that, of course, has rocked the country since it gained independence from the belligerents in 1960. But we see Malanga was 8 when his family fled ethnic violence in the early 1990s. So first to Switzerland and then to Salt Lake City. So he led a quiet life in Atal, running smaller businesses and of course completing the entry-level service in the United States Air Force. So this guy has ever been in the United States Air Force Reserves. So he returned briefly to Congo for a period of military service in 2011, which piqued his political ambitions. So he created a united Congolese party, an expert political movement, installing himself as a leader. He styled himself as a president in exile on a website, committing himself to what he called New Zaire. But it can't be New Zaire since he was, of course, he was so much using the flag of Mobutu Sese was a banger.
Kandi Mobutu alitangaza hivi.
So he was a father to 8 children. This Malanga that was killed was leading this school. His criminal record includes a series of domestic abuse charges, all of which he denied and were later dismissed, and a long-running custody battle. So Michel appeared for the most part to have had a conventional Middle American upbringing, was a star of football team at Copper Hills High in the Western Jordan, Atal, where he recruited Thompson for doomed mission to Congo. So his online posts suggest a fascination with guns. Video of him at his father's side last weekend, shortly after the assault on the speaker's house. However, shows him looking terrified and scared. So this guy, omwana w'omusajja ono yali nze namulaba. I saw this guy was so scared about this war, about this coup. Yeah, the guy was scared, like real scared. So like the video I shared, this guy, like the dad was like, things are going to be okay, but the young one was scared. And get a good video of that. That video was showing that he was scared. He knew what's going to happen. You once was. He knew what was going. The video I'm seeing it is inverted. It is inverted. So good. This is the video. The guy is scared, even covered his face with a small mask. I don't know why he's having this American badge here. The young one was scrolling. It's your name. So, good password.
njagala osomako
Some. So,
byakola olina byogenda okwogera
how do you go in the
amaze kaatiko kakyaliyo naye toyagala kukakozesa
Kali kali. So, like that, not be so long that the video now.
Something. Tracy? There are a lot of speculations about this current guy, even though we saw different countries that we believe that of course have we believe that have had a hand in this, coming out and denying this, and coming out and denying this because of course it has failed. But there are we've also seen a picture that is circulating all over social media where King Mswati of course King Mswati the third and his son Sikalo of course of course the claims say that he of course have also had a hand in allegedly funded as the assainted Congo opposition figure Christian Malanga, who has been killed in a coup in a bid to take over the rich Congo. Now, there are images or pictures, and these pictures apparently they are not edited really, they are real pictures where King Mswati, the third, is posing with Malanga, Christian Malanga, and also this other Muzungu who was arrested. He's a second hand or the right hand man. So, these speculations actually clearly show that Malanga's interest for Congo or Malanga's interest in Congo has a little to do with the progress of Congo, but rather still also aiming at the riches of Congo as a country. Because he had, of course, we know that once you are dealing with a lot of people, usually there is where they are benefiting from, and given the fact that he has this Muzungu next to him as his right hand man, or his second in command, clearly shows what Christian Malanga is up to. Now, when it comes to the situations of Africa, usually we have people, because Malanga has not been in Congo for a very long time, and whenever he could travel to Africa, usually he was going to Mswati. He was that's in South Africa. He was not coming to Congo usually. Now we have a problem of people who live outside Africa who think, I don't know how people gauge Africa, all right? But a lot of people think it is just an easy place for you to come and do whatever you want to do and go. Being a trained military person from the United States of America, and you claim that no, since I can do this, I mean, what is Africa? I'm coming down there to do what I'm gonna do. Um, when it and this is the misconception a lot of people have. Things don't work the way they look. Things don't work the way they of course seem. Africa, although it looks so disorganized to the outside world, but Africa has military officials. We have countries that have military trained professionals, and we have seen this in different fields. At a certain time, even where we had some Africans, of course, winning over even the United States forces, because both of them had different tactics. So in African military forces know better when it comes to one, the African, whether two, all the hindrances that would hinder someone outside Africa, you know. So I think people should stop having that weird imagination. It is okay for you to say a coup, and of course bring independence or peace in Congo, but again, it's so stupid for you to think that someone being in power, or the military forces of that particular countries can be suppressed by a population of 50 people. And you think that simply because I'm from the United States and I've been there, what the with Africa? No, she doesn't run like that. I think, and actually, I think if Malanga had organized himself well with the people down the base in the Congo, of course, for that step that he took to reach even the palace, the presidential palace, clearly shows that if he had a good backup, he would definitely win. Now, Malanga, I know very well, even if the United States of America is denying that fact, I know very well he was so very proud and very confident that he's going to have a backup. And later they let him down for whatever reason. They let him down because I don't think anyone would pull out such a thing just to go to the lion's den and kill themselves. Um, Malanga really felt. I know this has been organized by different people who withdrew at the later time, right? They decided to withdraw, probably maybe because he did something wrong and they didn't want to involve themselves. First of all, the videos that we were seeing, we saw Malanga's son wearing a military, uniform with United States badge on it at the front, which I basically feel like was something that, of course, could have led to the withdrawal. Because usually when we have these people at supporting whatever it is that we are doing, more especially if it's gonna involve bloodshed, nobody wants to, of course, they usually don't want to show themselves. Now, Malanga's son, in his videos, he had a uniform, a military uniform with the United States badge at the front. And they were going live even before they took over, right? They were going live, they were streaming live on Facebook, and everyone was seeing this and all that. And we know in these other countries that were in support of what was going on in Congo at that time. Having a coup, all right, I know a lot of people don't support coups. Their coup was a little bit cleaner because we have not received reports where they have killed anybody, but rather the Congo military or the Congo presidential guards have rather killed some of them. But we have not seen this particular group of people killing other civilians in Congo or so. And that means they probably maybe they were trying to make this peaceful or whatever it is, but nobody should think that you're coming right out because, for example, you're seeing Uganda is a small country, people seem to be stupid. Probably you're imagining, and maybe you look at the soldiers marching and their marching doesn't please you, and you're like, that is so unprofessional. How can they hold the gun like that? Whatever thoughts you have, you cannot march straight up from wherever you're coming from and you want to take over the presidential palace and take over, of course, leadership just like that because you think Africa maybe is a bullshit or stuff. I think this is why people are getting it wrong. Now, if Malanga had at least dealt or had some connections with the people inside the army, that is how people take over. You have to dig it slowly. You infiltrate, you enter inside the guards, the military, yeah, so that by the time you even register your people on the ground. That is how people do. This is why we saw this happening straight up in Burkina Faso. We know why it was, Ibrahim Toure just took this power. He was among the military officials. He had the military support, even if not all of it, but a lot of people were supporting him because he was commanding the military for a very long time. We have seen people, so you cannot wake up. I know probably Malanga was planning this for a very long time, though we are just knowing this of recent. But I believe he had plans and he has been planning this for a very long time, and he got a lot of people trying to sponsor him and all that, but he had the wrong people on his side. And I remember there was a certain time in the United States where some people were arrested actually. Um, I don't know if I can still remember that stuff. Not a lot of it. Um, we know that there are some places in the United States. I can't remember the year. Mm, we had what's it called? We had a U.S. based African People's Socialist Party, and they were arrested by FBI for supporting Russia and the connections in Africa. And they had a Facebook page where they like usually Sorry. I'm still questioning myself, like, how really did Malanga and his squad manage to move straight to the White House or the presidential palace without anyone stopping them? They were even in the compounds declaring. Nobody was stopping them. Somehow I feel this is a trap, was a trap. Because maybe unless there are people in the government that were involved and they were afraid to come out. Maybe there are people who were even arrested before Malanga knew and they could not tell him to, of course, retrieve or to, of course, turn back. And nobody, I think they were not able to tell him to withdraw from these actions. Something, he was, first of all, his ammunitions were not enough to allow him take over. And it is also believed that he was supposed to retrieve some ammunition from and some manpower, let me say, that he did not. I don't know now. This is what I'm saying. You have a different imaginations about Africa entirely. Because even if it was me, how can you walk straight to the palace and nobody? Unless they're telling me they came in civilian clothes. But again, there are checkpoints. Everything does not really add up about this. But, well, it is okay. And it's very absurd. So, of course, we know that according to the Democratic Republic of Congo military, this coup was stopped at attempted, of course, they fought to stop this attempted coup near the presidential palace. Among the 50 people who were involved were 3 Americans who had been arrested. A passport for one of these Americans is now spreading online, and that's a post what we've seen of it. A 36-year-old US citizen born in Maryland, or WAPO. Now, the US ambassador to Congo, of course, Lucy Tamlin, acknowledged the involvement of the US citizens in the recent statement, but of course denied that US had no idea about this. And now the coup was allegedly led by the US-based Congolese politician Christian Malenga, and he was killed at the presidential palace after he resisted arrest at the time. We see Malenga's son, who looks to be a Marato somehow. Muleta Biame. Apologies for bitching about the child screaming. I didn't know the child is so close. Ah, what do you mean? Jibijapa. Jibijapa said that they show on the mainstream news to Mzungus and the black in Congo getting cold. Yeah, now this other guy who looks like a Mzungu is a son. Is a son to, I think, Malanga. Maybe he's a Morato, something like that. That we've been beating. About the child screaming. I didn't know that. um Talking about that other light-skinned guy, like he's a 21-year-old American man, of course, reportedly on his first trip overseas when he got mixed up in a failed coup attempt in Congo before appearing in a video to beg for his life. All right, so they said that he was reportedly on his first trip and he got mixed up. So there is still, I believe, that this other Muzungu that you saw wasn't part. He claims he wasn't part. I think they were just arresting Bazungus around anyhow. Okay, he claimed he wasn't part. For him, he was here for a visit and all that. Of course, there are also different pictures, of course, that were circulating all over. That Malanga's son was known for, of course, taking pictures. This man was from people who were supporting the coup or whatever, but this Malanga's son was always streaming live on his social media, trying to show um, like he's a big spender, he got cash and all that. Um, Maybe that's the life of a young person. Of course, it is believed that this boy is 21 years old, and the mom came out and said that his son was dragged down by his father. So he's an innocent boy who just wanted to please uh, oh, his father. Jabba, the little boy you heard, the little child, there are actually two children here. One is called Shaka. Shaka is the little one, the one you just heard. And another one is called Kunta. And so, um, by the time you will see them, don't worry. So they're always here. Yeah, we work from home. At times you guys just have to pardon us a little bit because we work from home. Okay, now there we go. Because we work from home, so we are not like having a studio somewhere or renting a studio. So no, we just work from home. The space where we cannot be chasing people away. So we cannot be telling people get out, get out. Unfortunately, but we really extremely apologize. It was a little bit easier when mom was here at times. She knows how to handle those kids and time. Yeah. That is Malanga, Christian Malanga, the fallen. I don't know how to call him. I would support a coup anytime if at all it was about a good cause. Yes, it's night and intimate. So I would support a coup anytime, but Malanga's coup is still something that um, still baffles me because, first of all, the support he has was for the wrong people now. When we talk about the involvement of the United States of America in the exploitation of Congo, you realize that not everyone is actually benefiting from this exploitation. And there are some other government officials that don't really Sorry about that, guys. So like I was saying, we have a lot of speculations about this very coup, and people have got different. Of course, everyone is talking differently. Um, People, of course, a lot of people are denying they weren't part of this. They got mixed up. But we know very well that 50 people, those are the people that have been, of course, um, these are people that have been, of course, believed to have been part with no denial. 50 people, including three Americans who were detained over a wild plot to overthrow the Congolese government led by Christian Malanga, 41 who was shot dead in the failed uprising. That was Sunday, the last, not this Sunday of yesterday, but the one on the on the 19th. And uh, of course, Thompson's stepmother, who is Miranga. But before even I talk about this very woman, we know that the U.S. Citizens captured over their alleged involvement in the failed effort were identified as Taylor Thompson's 21, convicted marijuana trafficker Benjamin Reuben Zauman, Holland, and Malanga's son, Utahai school footballer player Masao Malanga, who was, of course, 21. Now, we know that his stepmother, Miranda Thompson, told the news that her stepson traveled overseas for the first time last month to see the family of his close friend Marcel, who teammates said he had played high school football with in the Salt Lake City suburb of West Jordan. That's Utah. Now, she also added it was also the first time he had ever flown on his own. Now, it's unclear what role, if any, Thompson had in the field, if any, of course, if Thompson had in this very failed coup. Now, according to Thompson's family, they thought he was on a vacation in South Africa. Remember, I told you. Now, this statement, these people are actually lying about this whole thing. If no, maybe not. I hate to say someone is lying when I'm also not. I'm not in the ground to see, but at least if you try to look at, of course, we try to compare. Now, remember, I told you about the Mswatini king, of course, who had a collaboration with, of course, Christian Malanga for a very long time. That whenever Christian Malanga would leave the United States, he would rather go to South Africa than travel to Congo, the country he claims he's fighting for. So there are different pictures that he has, the pictures that are circulating where he, of course, is posing with this very king, the Mswatini leader of South Africa at that time. But of course, so you can see the stories. Apparently, I think, and this is why a lot of people believe that the South African Mswatini king has a big involvement in this and has been funding this. And now Miranda claimed, of course, that while in Eswatini, formerly known as Swaziland, Thompson informed them the vacation had been interrupted by a bout of malaria and that Malanga had offered to cover expenses to extend the trip and make up for the lost time. All right. Now, the Congolese government has not confirmed whether Thompson is still alive or if he was killed, leaving his loved ones in anguish. This is this other light-skinned man that Jibby Jabba was talking about. Um, we have seen, of course, different pictures, and this is why a lot of people believe that the Mswatini king had an involvement in this coup. Because whenever these people would travel to Africa, they would travel to South Africa. It was a place where they would meet with those people whom they would plan, of course, to take over Congo at that time. But for whatever reason, a trap was set for these people. And of course, Jimmy Java. Yes, just say allegedly, like the trusted news channel. So, so you can see how it is, and I believe these people know. Okay, I believe these people know, and I know this is not something they have just started. Except that when things go sour, a lot is expected. Just like the people who were in support of this coup are withdrawing and claiming that they have no hand in all this. It is a different case for as a CIA official to be moving in and outside of Africa without being investigated. This is just a normal protocol. When you become a military official of a given country, it is not easy for you to be moving in and out of another country without you being investigated. So the fact that the United States of America is denying its involvement with these people, and these people were so bold about this action because at the back of their mind they knew United States has their back, and of course, like some other claimed that United States sold them out for whatever reason. First of all, like I was telling you guys, if United States wants to work with you, it doesn't want you to flash it. It doesn't want you to be flashing its image wherever. And we saw Malanga's son having that military uniform with the United States badge in front, which we've seen United States, of course, supporting a lot of terrorists in different countries, but it still doesn't want you to claim that it is in support of your action, because every day it is supposed to remain clean as other people are painted shit for it still remains clean. Now these people did not play it right, and I guess this is why the United States had decided to withdraw from. So I guess this is why the United States had decided to withdraw from collaborating with them. But yeah, I will let Innocent to say something.
Um, to me, like I said at first, this is one of the silliest coups I've ever seen in history. Uh, Congo as uh, Congo as a country, looking at the Democratic Republic of Congo, is a big country with a lot of rebel groups and of course military groups. Congo is having a lot of them. Why is it that we have not seen any coup in the recent decades coming out in Congo? Why is it that we see it now? And of course, uh, and of course, the people that are, of course, that we think that, of course, organized this, of course, these, of course, are the Americans. Congo goes, of course, through a lot. Of course, it is not like Malanga, like is the only guy that, of course, that that he's seeing whatever Congo is going through. However, he planned badly and he prepared for his death because he was shot, by the way, there when he was trying to resist to be arrested by the government. So he got to be, of course, killed instantly after, of course, after arresting some of his friends and his son. He was trying to resist arrest. So in the due course, he was of course shot dead. This guy had done a lot because like at first for me I thought this guy had no of course no military training, or he didn't know even how to plot or plan for a war or a coup attempt. But there is also something that of course has question marks when these people were attacking, because they were not intending at, of course, President Kisekedi or Sekedi. They were looking at key figures in the Congolese government, starting with the Prime Minister, the President himself, and of course the Speaker and other ministers, other big ministers in the Congolese government. So, who had not sworn, by the way, they had not sworn in uh, to start their term of working. So, this of course caused a lot of tensions because these people attacked these places late in the night at 4 a.m. late in the night. But surprisingly, when they went to the president's palace or the state house, or when they went to the state house, the state house, the, the entire place the entire place was open. There were no soldiers to be seen. So I've realized, reading some of the photos, I was interpreting some of the photos and of course some videos that were circulating. These people recorded when they were attacking. These were people. To me, when I interpreted these photos and of course videos that were circulating online, when these people were starting this kind of coup, which to me I don't call a coup. For me, I don't call it a coup. It was just an attack because it can't be a coup. There were over 50 men that were carrying, of course, weapons, but they did not succeed. They planned badly, and of course, they involved everything into social media. This was kind of a showing off to me because how can you're organizing the coup, you're fighting for people's rights, as this guy was saying, like you're having a common goal of putting down a certain government, and you're posting on social media, President Sekedi, wherever you are, just hide, we are coming for you. That is bullshit. You can't be like posting all that on social media before you get uh into power anyway. Even even those days where coups in Africa were rampant in the past decades, people to of course involve media, radios and TV, they could fast capture, of course, they stayed. They could first capture the president and of course others. So these were people that were not, of course, prepared. I won't say they did not have equipment because all the 50 men they claim that were involved in this were, of course, armed with weapons. They had guns and enough bullets, magazines to fight the war. However, it did not come out because of the poor planning they had, and the government had prepared for these people. You know, um, all African countries, just like Congo, Congolese government to survive, yet it is having Congo as a country. Like I said at first, it is having a lot of military groups, a lot of rebel groups if at all these people combined, they can fight up, they can make up something that is good for a country. They can they can fight out, they can fight, and of course remove the current president that is if at all these groups can combine, they can cause a coup in Congo. But why is it that we are not seeing a coup in Congo? The Congolese government is protected by the same rebel groups in Congo. So whoever threatens to create a coup can be destroyed within seconds. So the government was ready for this kind of people because they killed some of them. However, some of them ran away, some of them were captured, but a lot of them were killed. Actually, it is three people that were killed. And most of these people, when they were like, hey, why is it that you have been fighting for this month? People were like, I was just found on the streets and they promised me that we are going to be backed by, there is a certain guy who said that that US had promised to back up these people. That's why they had that confidence to fight in, and of course overthrow President Sekedi. So things of course they need of course serious planning. So countries or anyone who is not of course ready to fight, ready, who has not strategized enough to form a coup, because this looked like drama to me. This looked like drama. When they were outside, they recorded, we are outside, now we are about to enter the palace, which doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. When they entered, they did the same thing, recording themselves and stuff. So that strategy of social media was stupid to me. So if I told you're serious, if I told you have something that you want to create, why do you waste time? Why do you waste time? Congo as a country, however much it is going through a lot, but it is having a standing army, a standby army to fight any external attacks to the government. So you, as a man with your son and best friend and other influenced youths, so you think you can withdraw? I mean, you can create a coup in Congo. So, and by the way, this should stand as an example to other, of course, African countries. For me, I think there is no rebel group that is in Congo that is not allowed by the government. All the rebel groups that we see in Congo, the government of Congo knows about all these rebel groups, but it doesn't care. So if at all it can stop a coup, it can stop a coup in seconds. How about these rebel groups that we see in Congo? So they are supported. They are key players that, of course, pay the government and the government officials for these coup to exist in Congo. So if at all they stopped these people within a shortest time, and they look not to be prepared, like I said, the entire place was open. It had no, they were, when these people were recording, I wasn't even seeing any soldier around walking, any government soldier or royal guard or a palace guard moving around. They were recording everything in an open place. Is it that the government officials and the guard had evacuated the place after realizing that these people were coming? They wanted to just arrest them at once. So, which of course doesn't make everything. Which so for me, For me, I normally look. But by the way, I'm going to narrate a certain story. This is a bit different. However, there is a way it connects with the way people look at things in Africa and in Congo. Like like yesterday I was traveling somewhere. Yesterday when I was traveling, like pilgrims have started, right? Our pilgrims, they have started the moving. Yeah, we're expecting people to what to do what to make a pilgrim. They are moving. Oh, it is like they're moving. Anti ebegenda kubeera nga 3 June. It is there on site for Uganda Matters. Anti ebeera 3 June. They start moving within this period. Whatever. So, so these people are moving. So, when I was going, I found those people moving. So when I was coming back, I was, there is someone who analyzed those programs. So people were like the taxi I was in, it had a lot of people in Africa like religion. Religion is wide. If at all you sit somewhere, you find like very many people uh, you find people, of course, you find people of different religion. If at all you go somewhere in a certain place, Jibjaba, you can bear me witness. If at all you go in a certain place, let it be a bar, let it be a public transport. Like you hope to find like people are separated depending on their religion. They have different religions. So I was traveling in a taxi. Then, like I said, on 3rd June, we expect to have a mass pilgrim to the Uganda Matters site in Uganda in Namugongo. It is in Kampala. So when I was going, I found those pilgrims. Then when I was coming back, I was surprised that there was a woman. She was a Muslim woman. So this normally this pilgrim is for Catholics and Protestants. So this woman was sitting, was sitting in front of me in the taxi. She was a Muslim woman. She was a Muslim woman. Then there was also a Christian woman, a Christian man who was sitting besides this woman. Then the woman was like, Catholics, you're too greedy. You can't even cook for these pilgrims. The woman said, I've not even seen a priest moving with these people going to, of course, to these pilgrims going to Namugongo, where the Uganda matters are. I've not seen any priest. These are the no. We are seeing normal people moving. I've not seen a priest. But Catholics, you're too greedy. You don't care for your people. For me, my religion, if there were Muslims, we would cook food for these people. So this guy, the guy, when he was talking, the guy kept quiet, and this woman completed the whole story. Then this guy said to this woman, um, there is no poor, there is no poor mochi. There is no poor mulamas. The pilgrims are told the pilgrims are called balamas in our native language. So the guy was like, there is no poor pilgrim. Mulamas. How can I phrase that? The chef. There is the guy was like, there is no poor pilgrim. That's what the guy told the woman. Then the woman was like, you look at them, they're even tired. Why is it that they don't go to different parishes and eat food? The priests get money and cook for those people. The church collects a lot of money on Sundays and on, of course, big on big days. So the guy was like, there is no poor pilgrim, because for you to move at your home, like you're going to make a pilgrim to a certain place, first of all, you have to be with the transport that is going to take you back for where you came from. Second of all, the people you left behind have to be eating. The people you left behind have to be eating. So the guy also said that Muslims they normally make pilgrim to Mecca. The Muslims normally make pilgrim to Mecca. Then the guy said that it is not very easy for someone to go to Mecca from Uganda. Someone is going to make a pilgrim to Mecca that is going to move for free. At at least you need like at least you need like 4 millions to go to Mecca from Uganda. So the guy said there is no poor pilgrim. Why have I said this story, Jabba? Why is it that I've said this story? Congo, looking at Congo, however people talk, however, even we here, we talk about insecurity in Congo, but we have not seen governments being overthrown by these armies that we see, these rebel groups that we see in Congo. Congo is stable. The people that are supporting these rebels, they are the same people that are funding Congo government. That's how I read. That's how I related the story. Okitegeera? Oli yagambye teriiyo malamula mazzi mwanvu. Gy'avudde wabaddayo n'alabye ab'ebisheerere Kabaale, Kigezi, Bikyani, Kisolo bagenda kukozesa ssente nga baddayo. Kyokka ne be balese emabega balina okulya babalekedde ssente. Kyokka even when they are moving they must be having with money ate ezitaka wansi wa mitwalo 10 because ne Namugongo balina okulya. Ate once you enter Namugongo, Namugongo kasita oggalawo bw'oti tebaddamu kuggulawo. Olagezeko Namugongo? Nolaba? Once you enter, twalikoze bweru awo. Twalikoze ssente nga 3 June, twalikoze ssente outside there n'okufuna space. Okufuna space. So once you enter the shrine, of Namugongo, you don't get out. Tofuluma tebagenda kukiri. They are not going to allow you to enter. And the plate of food ya mitwalo ebiri kituufu. So these pilgrims normally have money. If you're making a pilgrim to Mecca, at least you need like 3 to 4 hours. Anti badde babimubuuza. N'omugamba oli atambula lwakuba nti ye. Someone is making
and it's in Badema, it's a sacrifice.
To you, gwe, you're not making it for anyone. And she was like, why is it that he was like he analyzed as her. Like for me, he was like the people I've not seen a priest moving fast. These priests would have played these people. That's what she said. Secondly, she was like, why is it that whenever these people sit on different parishes, they don't cook for them at least porridge? At least porridge. Abasinga tebabafumbira akatuli kibakodo. Singa tebabafumbira. Kyeyaddayogerako kyabakatuli kibakodo. Kituufu ekyo. So I was relating that story with the Congo situation. Like we see insecurity in Congo, we see very many rebel groups in Congo, but we had not seen any coup attempt in Congo. So the same people that are supporting these rebel groups, they are supporting the government. Which that's why these rebels are moving freely. There are places in Congo where the government doesn't go, it doesn't interfere. So
it's like Congo is divided.
Yeah, the government knows everything that goes.
But Congo is also extremely big.
Yeah, it
is not a country that you are going to rule with a car. You cannot rule it single-handedly. Since that time, there has never been independent freedom there. So Congo has been going through this since throughout. Congo is a very huge place. Even we are experiencing this kind of issues, the same issues we are experiencing now in Nigeria, where Boko Haram, Uganda oleta buyegero bamirundi emekanga tonadduka. We are seeing Boko Haram in Nigeria, and the Nigerian government has failed to fight Boko Haram, but they say since the people in power are also
Libya CNC Africa. Eh? But Libya,
See, you could be fair.
it can be second. It can be second Libya. But during Gaddafi's time, Libya had one president with no strong rebels. Kitegeera? Kitegeeza it can be ruled by one person. It is possible. It's all about management. And if at all you allow these external, of course, players, these international players to involve in the politics of a country, first of all, but it can, however big it
You
is.
see the difference with Libya? Libya was big in terms of the surface area, not the population. This is one. Because most of the part here is desert. The population wasn't as big as the surface area of Libya. Compared to this now, Algeria, even Algeria is among the poorest countries, but it is the biggest country. Because even the population of Algeria is big. Now, I know there is always, but a country like Nigeria has tried to manage. Because there are places in Nigeria where the president has never even reached throughout their time. There are people who have never seen even their president around their areas. They only see them on TVs. The same story with Algeria. Algeria, there are places that even the president doesn't know what happened. Even the president doesn't know that my people the other side because it is extremely big. Now with Libya, it was first of all Libya, given the fact that these people they were believing in one religion. They had a lot in common and they were not linguistic like the different cultures we see in these other African places. Imagine Uganda has how many? More than 50 how many tribes? It speaks how many languages? For you to unite such a place with that diversity, it becomes a little bit challenging, and it is the same story that is happening in Congo. Living alone, the situation, the political disabilities in Congo, we still have a huge dispute between the tribes in Congo who believe that the resources are not divided equally. Those other tribes who believe that we should also have power. Since Congo came into existence, we have never had our tribe take control. Those other religions that claim they should rule the entire place. Where when you're a Muslim, it's tougher, it's a problem. When you're another different religion, it's another problem. Now, Congo, first of all, it is big. Secondly, it has resources. The resources that it has failed to distribute because there are no managers.
The resources in Congo, they are not distributed by people, they are distributed by nature. Kitegeera. However, why do I insist that of course that the external factors bano abantu abeetedde mu Congo nga si bannansi, the USA, the Chinese stuff, these are the people that have caused the insecurity in these countries. Like managing a country, it doesn't matter whether the country is big or not. Okitegeera? Do you know that long time back, sometime back in the ancient times, we used to have empires.
And this is why they are fighting each other.
Okitegeera? Empires were there. Okitegeera? Naye nga olaba they try to maintain them fighting
But they never did.
Do you know that Somalia is a small country, but it is divided? Why are they divided? These are the same people that create that division that makes the country to be totally divided. But Somalia is having a small population.
Somalia is divided between the indigenous Somalis and those who came to take over Somalia. The ones that we always see, our body crossbreed.
And kati ebiseera ebisinga like that division making okuba nti nno what makes a country not to be managed. These key players, they are the people that are like that dictate that the country is too big to be handled by one person. They dictate.
Key players is okay. We always talk about the way these people are, of course, triggering the insecurities in Africa, but also the surface area, because I've seen this even throughout history. I'm going to give you a good example of your kingdom and mine. Basically, your kingdom was always fighting mine because it was an empire. Ours was an empire, but I guess at that time they could not distribute power. There are some other places where they could not extend. The leadership was not extending. And if you can see that even until today, your kingdom decided to take those other places, yet yours was big and it expanded. Now, we saw other kings trying to take their sons, move the other side so that we can distribute. That's also married so that we can distribute this power and make sure that we control. What I'm saying is not about arguing who leads and who, because we know there are a lot of factors that are hindering the, of course, organization and good governance in Africa. And I cannot deny what you're saying, because we have seen and we always talk about the involvement of external pressure into Africa's underdevelopment. But we have got a lot of greedy people. This is what we call greediness. And everyone wants to take everything. Yes, resources are distributed by nature, but they are not managed by nature. If at all these resources are distributed by nature and you're supposed to automatically benefit them, then why are the most resourceful areas in Congo experiencing wars? There is poor management, poor governance, because I believe, Innocent said it himself, that these rebels we are seeing in Congo are even supported by the Congo government. So every leader that comes in Congo, it is very important they create a small coup so that their families, their lineage, their generation can also benefit from distorting from a country. We have seen this happening with different leaders in Africa, where the first thing you see, the moment someone comes in power, or the moment someone claims is a government, contesting for government, you'll definitely see their families trying to fly abroad, having those privileges that they never had before. People trying to buy new. Last time Keith was showing us one of, of course, one of the former president's son who had a fleet of cars. These are basically the things. Now, why can't we divide and say, all right, if at all we decide, because if at all, let me say, for example, we have those other places that have insecurities, and then you decide to create someone to manage that insecurity around that place, at least each and everyone would know the role to play in the development of these particular places. Now, the problem with the Congo, other people have never even felt the bloodshed that is going on in Congo, more especially the people who live in the capital, all right, and in the western part, because usually this was around the eastern part of Congo. Now, you talk about people dying in Congo, but people in the western part don't even know. They have never even had a bullet. They have never even had sleepless nights, because whatever is happening in the east does not even get close. And this is why most even of the richest people, the business people, are centered in a certain area. All right. And it does not matter what is going on the other side. And they will also tell you these other people from the other side, they have even never seen a new made car. There are a lot of things they have never seen. They don't know what is going on. So if at all, if there is, we still have an external influence, it is extremely easier for a lot of things to be done in a country where the majority of the people are not seeing. Now I'm going to assume when you're, I'm going to assume, no, let me use a direct example, not even assuming. Whenever we have new people come into the capital of Uganda, usually like people definitely get to know in the capital. We've had people coming from the other side. Have you guys seen them? Have you seen we have Eritreans who have come? A new fleet of buses or whatever has brought Eritreans. Has everyone seen them? Because you always see Uganda is a very small place. You definitely see everyone all over. the place. And at times there is when people also say, I'm going to use Innosetu's tribe, like you can never move at any part of Uganda and don't find that people speak Innosetu's language. First of all, they are not even the biggest population. Why are they in every place? They are not the biggest population in the country, but they are prominent.
When Kamlesh was
They,
speaking my language, they are saying, "Bana."
they are not the biggest population in the country, but they are everywhere in the country because Uganda is very small, right? And then being small, it demands that inter unification, and that's why usually people say Uganda is this and this country and all that. It has got a lot of features. I'm here. I speak apparently 3/4 of the languages in this country, not because I've been to all their places, but at least if I move one step, I'm gonna find somebody speaking something else, and I move the other. Now, when you go to places like Congo, it's a different story entirely. The people who are speaking Twa are in Twa land, and they are known to be the barbaric ones. The people who are speaking another language are in their particular language, and they are discriminated in a certain kind of way. And this is why it is very easy to play with the mind of such kind of people. You cannot tell me to defend a government that have never failed before. You cannot tell me to defend a president that I have never seen before. So it is easy for you to come and tell me, kill Innoceto. I've never seen you before. I don't know who Innoceto is. I just hear people talk
Can I
about.
can I get you to defend? Have some stuff to clean up the studio from Spike's nasty shit, please, Maria. You got some cleaning supplies?
I really didn't want us to talk about this.
He said what?
I didn't want us to talk about this thing.
I, I I
Ooh.
I know it's nasty, so we had to fire his ass again. You know, it's my fault. It's Michelle. It's Michelle's fault for economy. Bring Spikes back. He might change. Didn't change. Came back, got butt naked women running throughout the damn studio. Joey just found rubbers. She right, but she found rubbers and shit. Used rubbers up in there. Used rubbers up in there in a place of business. So I got the maid in there fumigating, wiping everything down. You know, we don't know what this nasty nigga's penis been at, all in the furniture and everywhere. But he had that nasty. He said, Keith, give me back the keys, please. I know what I did was inappropriate. Inappropriate? Moron. Moron is beyond inappropriate. Okay? You fucked up in the head. Alcohol bottles everywhere, vodka bottles, all kind of shit. But he only been back a month, Maria. How do you fuck up in a month? How you, how do you fuck up in a month, Maria? Hey, would you try to wait a little bit? Begging you, it's rough. I had Keith. I need a job. It's hard. Spike, nobody wants you back around. You're a fuck up. You fuck everything up. They telling me not to do it. Yeah, they tell me that. And so telling me not to bring you back. So what I do, I try you on the weekend and teach Swahili. Joby doesn't want you back. She's like, hell no. That's a no. So I get woke up Sunday morning, early morning, Joby screaming. I'm like, I got 5 different calls. I'm sleeping. That's like Maria. Like Maria used to call me early in the morning. I'm in the phone's waiting. I'm in my bedroom. Joby called so many times. I said, well, maybe it's my kids. Maybe somebody getting in an accident. Let me go answer this shit. So Maria, forgive me. I called you, Keith. I said, Maria, it's 12 o'clock in the goddamn morning. 1 o'clock. so okay, Maria, stop doing that. Don't you call me 1 o'clock. I called you. Why didn't you answer? Because it's 1 o'clock in the morning, Maria. That's why. So anyway, called me over and over again. I said, damn, what's going on? So I got on the video call. She got Spike this girl, they in there butt naked and shit. And they got the security guard in there. I'm like, what's going on? Joe said, I hear Joby say, get the fuck out. I ain't never seen Joby that bad. Get the fuck out. I said, what? What's going on? You see this shit, Keith? You see this shit? You let, he said, give me the key, Spikes. Give me the goddamn key. So I said, what? No, Joey, what's going on? So then some girl came, she put on her clothes. The girl said, I can open my coochie wherever I want to. That's my business. I'm like, what? What's they saying? What's they saying, Maria? I'm like, what? Imagine me just waking up, Maria. I'm still half asleep. And this girl put on her clothes up. She didn't say, she said the real word, she said a pussy. She didn't say coochie. She said, I give my pussy to anybody I want to. He said, Joe said, you can't. She said, no, Joe. Joe said, oh, your mother must be very proud of you. They said your mother must be very proud of you, right? So Joe said, well, you can get your pussy up to anybody you want to, but not in here. You get your ass out of there. Get the fuck out. Right? So remember, the security guard is there too. I'm blaming him. You guys told me what Spice can change. You guys worked on me. I was like, nah, let's not bring his ass back. Y'all was trying to bring him. Can we try him back out? You know, but we always know he wasn't no good. Because Spike ain't no good.
I learned.
We don't want to say nothing. But we always said Spike wasn't no damn good from the beginning. Spike, now Maria don't want to take ownership. Maria talked to me years ago. Spike, he's just no good, Keith. He ain't no good. I said, I know, but there's nobody to keep him right now. Let me just keep him right now. I didn't know he was that bad. Coming back, I knew he was that bad, right? Because I wasn't going to let him come back. All the shit he'd done, he stole the girl's money, he was stealing money, all kind of shit. Because at that time, I was paying the girls through him. He was stealing their money and shit. His Africans, they were scared to tell me. I said, why you guys broke? What's going on? Spikes is stealing our money. I said, what? Why you telling nobody Spikes is stealing your money? What do you mean he's stealing your money? I don't have any money coming to work. Spikes is stealing the money. I said, damn, what? So after all this shit, he had the audacity to tell me, I know what I did was inappropriate. Can I have the keys? If I was a kid, he had the keys back. Motherfucker, you out your fucking mind. You're such a magnetic personality. Spikes, you think he's a magnetic. Yeah, he's a magnetic. He's a con man, Maria. He's a Nigerian con man, pretend to be Kenyan. He's a con man. What you see on the camera when you guys see him is not him. This nigga is despicable. He didn't wait a month, Michelle, till he came back in the drunk because the security guards that watched the studio, they just come back in and say, what you doing here? He said, don't worry about what I'm going to the studio. He said, you're not allowed to be in here this time of night. So he yelled at them. And so they said that the security guard was trying to call Joby, but Joby's phone was turned off because they said they heard the ladies in there hollering. Ah! 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 He's like, what the hell? Huh? That's what the security guard
Were they slaughtering her? Were they cutting her throat?
I don't know what they were doing. They said this obviously she was drunk. Obviously she was drunk, Maria. They was all drunk and fucked up in there with wok and all kind of, as Joby said, all kind of cheap moonshine, all kind of cheap liquor. I don't allow liquor, I don't allow alcohol in the studio at all. So they're in there. And so they said that was what the security guard said. She was hollering all night. They said, they're hollering all night. You know, it was disturbing. I tried to get it in. I was knocking on the door. They wouldn't open the door. They're hollering all night. So right there, we got a good name at that area. You can't. So this motherfucker destroying Black Eyed Peas' name again with his stupid ass. It's more of his shenanigans. You know. Yeah. So, you know, some more of his damn crazy bullshit again. So, it was like, oh man, it's enough was enough. So, you know, not even a month back, and you're not even a whole month. You think you keep your nose clean a month, Maria? At least a month. This no good drunk ass nigga couldn't wait a month to get drunk and bringing all kind of naked women. The last studio, remember he was putting cooking oil on the. We had him butt naked in the studio, putting cooking oil on him. Remember that? You know what cooking oil is? So imagine bringing in women, making them butt naked, and put not baby oil, cooking oil, and then filming naked women cooking oil, and putting them on porno sites. Cooking oil. Women in there with cooking oil. And I knew he's fucked up, and I still brought his ass back. And already got some girl. I can give my coochie to whoever I want to. Joey said, "Wow, your mother must be very proud of you." Joey said, "Wow, your mother must be very proud of you." Maria's African. Maria Ben said, "Spikes wasn't no damn good." He just ain't no good, Keith. He ain't no good.
I don't know. At times there are things where I feel like I shouldn't say, or I shouldn't involve myself in discussing about
Why
them.
not? Why not?
But I don't. I'm still wondering. Yeah, which I say in my face and all that. I'm still wondering how. I mean, how, like, anyway, it doesn't just add up because, first of all, I know very well that Spikes is very much aware of his stay on Black Hot Fire Network and the thoughts other people have towards him. And I know he knew that Joby didn't want him back, and other people didn't want him back. And I also know he knew that he was back on the mercy of other people. I'm still wondering where he got the guts to still do what he did.
You see what I'm
Right?
saying? Exactly.
Um, I don't know.
Because he's fucked up, Maria. we gotta come to. He's fucked up. That's what he is. He still did it. That brazen. That brazen.
It's okay if you're a womanizer. It is okay if you're a drunkard to do
How
that.
you doing it all out?
People do shit, a lot of shit, and nobody has a right to stop them because we are grown ups. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, where are you doing your shit from? It's very important. And I'm really, up to now, I still cannot believe because no matter how stupid someone is, you're on the mercy of other people. Then how can you sabotage this so quickly? Mm, I don't know.
Because you're fucked up in the head. That's why. You're fucked up. You're perpetually fucked up, Maria. So I asked my Spikes, have you stopped your drinking? Have you slow? Yes, I don't drink as much anymore. That's a damn lie.
That is innocent.
I don't drink as much anymore. I okay, so how can you screw up a good position? I've seen it with Muzungus on drugs and alcohol, or the ones that still consist. Yeah, it blew my mind. I'm not gonna lie. When I was woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning, I was saddened and I was mad. I was saddened and mad at the same time. I said, "Wow, this motherfucker just ain't no good." Can you believe this shit? I'm like, why would you do this? Joby was. I never seen Joby so angry. It was like, man, she was crazy. You get the fuck out. You get your sorry ass out. You get the fuck out. You come and destroying our place of work. You got the security people mad in here. You destroying our names. You get the fuck out now and give me the goddamn key. Where's the key, Spikes? Where's the key? You got some other guy in there. You all drunk and fucked up. What is his background? His background is being fucked up. That's his background. Like, god damn. So I'm gonna get on out of here. Let Seto and Maria do their show. Let me go and send Maria her money. So I'm gonna get on out of there because I gotta get my ass down to Miami. I gotta take a shower and get my ass out. And this, I was sad and I said, "Are you this fucked up? Why don't you do this at your house?" That's what everybody was asking. Why did he go home? Why would he bring his filth up in here? I said, because he wanted to impress this girl. He wanted Spikes likes to impress people with shit he don't have. I'm look at what I've done. You remember when he was sleeping with these girls, I'm gonna make them famous. I'm gonna put you on the microphone and make you famous and give you a gig. That's how he was getting these young girls. Remember, these are all college students he's messing with. That girl was a college. So it's to pretend of making him a star. He can't do it in the fucked up place he lives at now that he doesn't make any money. He got kicked out the old place I used to have for him. So because Spike's been making any money, he's broke and fucked up. So he was bringing him back and look at the place. I'm here. I'm gonna make you a star and put you on the microphone. That was always Spike's game. He's gonna make everybody a star. But before I make you a star, I'm gonna need some of your coochie first. So that was his.
Were they? I heard they were three. They were having a threesome, bonage plan.
I don't know if it's a threesome. I don't know. I think his dirty friend was just there. I don't know if it's a threesome, Maria. I don't know about that.
They had a threesome.
I don't know if they had one or not. I know his dirty friend was there. I don't know if they had a threesome. I can't corroborate that. I can't corroborate that. I know his dirty. He's all dirty. Get your
because how can you be having sex with someone and another one is just looking?
Well, it's another room. It's got rooms in there, different rooms. They found him back in the office. He said Spike's the other guy was up in the studio, and the couch is up there. There's a whole other office back there with everybody else, with couches and TVs, desks, and computers back there. So they said his ass was back there. I mean, you feed them, get the funny, ball them out.
You
That wasn't Spikes. I didn't get no apartment for a jibber jabber. He's not one. I didn't come back and get him a new apartment. That was everybody else that's working in there. I got them all apartments. So and Spice wasn't there for that vacation down in Mombasa. You know, Maria and them couldn't go because they had finals and shit. They had to go do their class finals. It would have been. I don't even get. I think Seth would have been scared because Jovi and Katie were fighting. Jovi hit Katie.
We are happy to have not gone.
They were double teaming her. All the screaming. I don't know. Maybe so. I hope not. I was like, what's all the screaming? I don't know. I can't substantiate. But I wouldn't put it past Spice because he's nasty. I wouldn't put it past Spice because he's nasty. So I don't know. I can't say Spikes was doing it because he's nasty. So I hope not. There's a young girl. I hope not. But that might be why she said, I can give my coochie up to anybody. And then Joey said, oh, your mother must be very proud of you. I said, God damn. Who would say something so nasty and so brazen? I can give my coochie up to whoever I want. Joey said, wow. Joey said, wow. Your mother must be very proud of you. Yeah, she is. She said she is proud of me. She said, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. So I never seen Joey so mad. This shit. See, I told you, this is the shit I'm talking about. I don't hear no more about bringing his ass back. I said, Joey, I'm not going to bring that up ever again. I'm bringing his ass back. That's a wrap for his ass. I'm not going to be the one ever told you. I didn't want his ass back here. I didn't trust his ass. He ain't no goddamn good. I didn't trust his ass. Good, they got food that they were making up in here. They got food. I think they was trying to make ugali and some other shit, but they were too busy maybe doing that threesome that they got stuck in the pan. It was all fucked up. But luckily, I said, "Hey, we'll get the maid. I hate to make the maid do it, but we'll get the maid come in and clean all this shit up. She's the maid. Shit, that's what I paid her to do. So the maid had to come in and clean out all the couches, make sure there was no sperm every damn where. She'll be finding used condoms and shit. I said, use condoms? Yeah, found the condoms like last time. So this nigga's retarded. Absolutely a retard.
So who's gonna do your article?
I don't need him to do no articles. I got Demore. Demore wanted to do the articles. I said Spikes. I said Demore wanted to write articles every day. I said, man, we don't need articles every day. Demore, goddamn. Demore does the articles. I was helping Spikes out with a job because I'm suffering, Maria. It's hard. I got nothing to eat. I said, okay, nigga, you got nothing to eat. It's rough. I said, you gotta stop drinking alcohol. That's why you ain't eating. That's why you look so emaciated and shit. You drink all your money up. You don't eat nothing. So I said, okay, Spikes, I'll let you write an article a week and I pay for that. And then they start talking about the Swahili. I said, well, Spikes was good at Swahili. He can't fuck that up. Okay. No, it's not really Michelle's fault. At the end of the day, it was still my fault because I begged Joby. I said, Joby, what do you think about bringing Spikes back to do Swahili class? She said, absolutely not. Hell no. I said, but Joby, he's just going to be there by himself. He can't fuck that up. He's going to be there by himself. He can't fuck that up. No, you guys don't got to be around him. He just be there for the weekend. He's like, I don't trust his ass. I don't trust him. I say, he's just going to be there for the weekends. Come on, Joby, please. Just give him the key so he can get in there. Then he'll only be on the weekends. And he's like, if something happens, that'd be your fault, Keith. I said, yeah. I said, he's not going to fuck this up. He said, I said, he can't fuck this up because no one would ever bring him back. And then there you go. He fucked it all up. Did the maid say I don't do windows or rubbers? I think Joby threw the rubber away. I think Joby threw the condom away, jibber jabber. I don't think the maid touched the condom. I don't think you can make that woman touch no condoms with sperm in them, jibber jabber. I don't think you get that woman. I don't think I pay her enough. I don't think I pay that woman enough to touch condoms with sperm in them. I don't think I can do that. I'm going to be that I always think Africans have a better moral compass, although I meet an African sister who was into pornography. There you go. I don't know why you think they got better moral compasses. It's just as fucked up as all Africans everywhere. Shit. You think they're more fucked up? You think they're more morally righteous than the motherfuckers in Brazil, America, Jamaica? Shit. Shit. I don't pay the maid enough to pick up dirty condoms. It's got, if Seto had his sperm in there, could I pay the maid to pick up Seto's sperm in a used condom? Your mic is on mute, Seto. You said your mic is on mute, Seto. What are you saying? Your mic is on mute. What are you saying? Go ahead, Seto.
It's terrible.
Yeah, see, you wouldn't see Seto doing that because he does have a moral compass. So see Seto sneaking back women and making them butt naked and have condoms everywhere because he does have a moral compass. And all drunk and fucked up, liquor bottles and all over the place. Yeah, exactly. Seto's blushing. You know that's not Seto wouldn't do that. But Spikes, yes. Seto's not outrageous, right? He's an African that has moral. He has a moral compass, right? That's why he didn't eat the popcorn. Go
For
ahead,
me,
Seth. Go ahead.
like for me, to me, I was growing up when they're telling me that it is it is only I don't know what really happened with.
The spikes.
Yeah, I don't know what really went on with my
Oh,
brother, but for me, when I was growing up, I was told that it is only hens that have sex in public because an office is like a public place, and
wait.
this is a media organization.
Yeah.
This is a media organization where you're expected to, of course, to stream, to be seen. So I was growing up like when I was told that if you have sex if you have sex in public, you're like a hen or a cock because because for them they don't have respect. If you're there, they can have sex the way they
In
want.
front of you. Yeah. Talk about chickens, cocks, and hens having sex in public. I got you. I got you,
Yeah,
Seth.
so that I don't know what was with him, or it is the first time, or that is how he
That's not his
was.
first time. He didn't done it before, Seto. That's not his first time. He was fired because of all the shit he did a couple years ago. He came back. He was only there a month. No one wanted him back, Seto. No one wanted him around them. So within a month's time, a month, Seto, he's back there with naked women in the studio doing God knows what,
That is bad. That is
and
not
got
good.
and got caught. And the security people came there, couldn't get in the door because some lady was in there hollering. And they tried to call Joby, but it's the weekend. Joby's phone was off; it was turned off. So Sunday, I guess she charged the phone up and it was turned back on. And they told her she needed to get down to the studio immediately because they need to open the door and find out what the hell is going on in there. So, the time difference when Joby got there is like 8 o'clock, you guys' time, but it's 12 o'clock at night, my time. So she kept ringing the phone and she got in there and found everybody in there naked and alcohol bottles everywhere, food uncooked, just a goddamn mess. So he just tells you what I did. I know was inappropriate. What you fucking inappropriate? What you did, you're fired. You mean inappropriate? Like you said, it's beyond inappropriate. This is a media organization. Shit you don't do. You're filthy, and that's what he is. He's filthy. His mind is filthy. He doesn't give a shit. And he had the audacity to talk about. He had the audacity to ask me, Seto, "Can I have the key again? Can you have the key again? You're fired. What are you talking about?" He asked me, "Can he have the key again? Can I have the key back?" That's what he asked me, Seto. After all that, he said, "Can he have the key back?" No, you're fired. To never come back, you're fired.
That is wrong. That is wrong. It is very wrong. It's very wrong. It's very wrong. And I don't know, ladies for them, I don't mean all ladies, but there is a way people get comfortability with everything. Like, how can you be comfortable? You're being fucked in a place of work where someone does it is just an employer. It is just unfair for.
Yeah, she didn't care. She said her coochie. She said she can give her coochie to whoever she want to, Seto. That's what she said. I was like, so Joby said, wow, your mother must be very proud of you. She said she is. She said, I can give my coochie to whoever I want. God damn, what? Nobody asked you about that. Why you bring that? No one asked that lady that. They just said, get out. Get the fuck out. We didn't ask you. about your coochie and who you giving it to.
It's just it is just not right.
Yeah, it's not exactly. It's unforgivable. It's not right. I said, this moron did it again.
Because there are stories, there are things we do in life that of course that are they are unforgivable to
Exactly.
certain extent, because the incidents or events that involve sex, those are things that are on another level. Let it be a free sex like they had, but where at
Imagine,
your
you're right, Seth. They are unforgivable. But this is not the first time he's done it. It's not the first time. The last time we got fired, he was bringing a bunch of women in there, said to women, right? Making them get butt naked, right? And putting, you guys cook with certain oil. He's putting cooking oil on their bodies. And yeah, I know. It's crazy. I know, Seth. Filming them butt naked with cooking oil and then posting it on porno sites with my logo behind them. He had the Black Empire logo behind these women as he was posting them on pornography sites, Seto.
he was posting them on pornography sites.
Yes.
This is
Yes. And so people told me, Keith, I seen your Black Empire network on a porn site. They're like, what? What are you talking about? He was posting naked women. They run the studio.
that is terrible.
Yes. He was posting naked women, Seto. Filming them butt naked, doing whatever he's doing, and then posting it on pornography sites.
That is extremely terrible.
Yeah, and I still let his ass come back. Can you imagine that? Because somebody said, hey, man, I seen your Black Hot Fire logo on a pornography site. They're like, what?
That is beyond my understanding now. That is beyond my understanding now.
That's beyond Seto's understanding. And they still ask me to bring this no good nigga back. After that, bringing in butt naked women, putting cooking oil on them, filming them butt naked, Seto, and posting it on pornography sites with my logo in the background.
Ukibaga kituufu kibi
yalimba byayogera natulaga bukakafu.
It is not right. Let it be kabire sexual because it is bad.
But let me go, guys. I gotta get my butt to you guys. Much love, guys. Seto, don't put no cooking oil on no naked women. Don't you do it. Much love, guys. I gotta go. I gotta leave. I gotta go to Miami. So I'm gonna go and pay. Let me go and pay Maria. Let me go take a shower. Let me get my ass out of here. Much love, guys. Maria, don't let nobody put no cooking oil on you.
What is cooking oil going where?
He put it all over their body. He didn't use like most in porn. They use like baby oil. He was too cheap and poor. He used cooking oil. Then he made them butt naked. He put cooking oil on their body, make it shine.
He was I watch a lot of movies and do a lot of drama.
Let me get my ass out of here. Much love, guys.
All right, thank you.
Shout out to all 200 guys that just came in here. All 235 of you guys on Twitter. I gotta go. Peace. Much love, Michelle. Much love, Jibba Jabba. They take my ass shower, get my ass out of here. Get my ass down to Miami. And we think about the
Mhm.
cooking oil the whole way down. Spikes, you no good bastard. Again. Yeah,
Everything is hard to believe. I Sparks was someone first of all who knew how to edit. Good.
yeah,
There are a lot of things I don't know. There are a lot of things that unless you're someone who was mentally bewitched, or maybe you do things where when you are under a certain influence. Because now, how will you do shit and then put the Black Hot Fire Network logo on it, and then you post it on a pornography site or a porn site, whatever they call it,
exactly.
and then there are things actually I see like unless you have a mental problem, really. Because it is okay to do whatever it is that you want to do. People do shit all the time. But like, how can you not be that smart? I just
Remove,
don't
to
know.
remove the logo, moron. He didn't know exactly. He forgot the logo was there with his stupid
Who
ass.
saw this logo? Who saw this logo?
Remember, Zoe saw it, and some other people saw it. They brought it back to Zoe, and then some other people told me also before Zoe that it was done, right? That they say, hey, man, we seen Black I found some porno site. I said, what y'all doing on the porno site? I don't go on porno sites. I wasn't known. And then and Zoe should not see it and said, motherfucker, it is on the porno site. There's no good bastard destroying the reputation that I built. He just doesn't give a shit. And you can't blame nobody back that just doesn't give a shit. That's who he is. Doesn't give a shit. So once again, he's destroying our good name that we
I
built up
think
over there.
I think maybe when he's drunk he doesn't think straight.
Yeah, of course. Of
Because
course.
like everything doesn't make sense, okay? Everything just doesn't. Why should you have sex in a studio? You know you are back on the mercy of others, and you know your job is still in jeopardy. I should say probably maybe he was still under probation or something.
He was.
Because everyone was monitoring everything, every step, and you still do that.
Exactly.
But anyway, having the capability of still uploading a porn image or video on a pornography site with the
It's-
Black Hot Fan
I think it was on porn.
network
I think it was
logo.
on porn.
This was a red flag. I don't know. I didn't know
Of
about
course,
this
the
thing.
red flag. I think it was on a place called Pornhub. I didn't know you could upload video on videos. I guess these sites you could upload your own porn videos to these sites. I never knew you could do that. You could so you could upload your own videos to these porno sites, and they pay you for them.
And there are a lot of young African ladies who are falling prey.
Exactly. All of them were young. All of them were young. All of them were young, Maria. All of them were like 19, 18, 20. They're all young.
There is a Black American guy I know. He goes around like asking. He doesn't ask for much. He can give you something like 500 US dollars. You just take a picture with your butt. You see the person when you make it.
Damn.
And after you send him that was short video, he gives you another 500, which is something like 1,000 US dollars. I was asking someone like, where does he benefit from? Because no matter how beautiful you are, you twerking your ass. I mean, how can that cost you 1,000 US dollars?
Because they posted on
Because
porn sites.
yeah, because it's a business and they're benefiting from it. And a lot of people are going to see their naked bodies out there,
Yeah,
and they'll be surprised.
yeah. He gets more money posted on. I know they can post them on these porn sites. But let me go. I gotta go. Much love, guys. I
Please
gotta go.
don't be playing. Oh God, Keith. You gotta go. You gotta go. Now we are in the 30 minutes here. Exactly. Click the get paid. I knew that there is I don't know if I still have that guy here. There's that guy who came on my mind and said, hello, Maria. He said, where did he say? It's from Mississippi, Louisiana, or something shit like that. And he say, I want to make you rich and all that stuff. Nah. And I knew exactly, because you cannot just tell someone to take a picture of their nude and or they twerk their asses out and then you send them a 1,000 US dollars just for that. I mean, there are a lot of beautiful women out there. There are things that don't really add up. Unless you are a murderer or you are somebody who has a mental problem, you can never fail to get someone to have sex with wherever you are, no matter what. Though there are a lot of stories that people always create on social media, and sorry, a lot of people fall, for these lies. Like, what is it? What special thing is about you? What special thing is about me? Someone you've even not never met or talked to, you have even never had a discussion, and then you try and tell somebody, I've taken long without having sex. I want to not. They be talking a lot of crazy shit. Really, people are crazy, yeah. And then you, you just, and if you are someone who's so desperate for money, stupidly, boom, you just like this. And then next time you're gonna see people calling your name out because they are seeing your images or your nudity on pornography sites, right? This is so upset, actually. For spikes, I'm still in a confused because everything does not make sense. I know maybe it makes sense to you guys, but everything about what is going on does not make sense. Everything, actually, I don't know why. I don't know why the Kenya studio is always having this chaos. Everything that happens there doesn't make sense to me. So time comes and then somebody's arrested, goes to prison and shit. Why are you going to prison? Like, anyway, that is this. I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of things that I usually don't want to involve myself with, but everything doesn't make sense to me. Everything doesn't make sense. But anyway, whatever it is, maybe someday I will have the guts to say something when everything makes sense. Seriously, because how stupid can someone be? People don't want you back, and then Michelle, GB Jabba, everybody begs, you come back, please let him back. I saw a post where Keith said that he apparently had to beg Joby to allow him. So he knew definitely Joby doesn't want him around. Why was he doing that? Because one, he knew if somebody doesn't want you around, anytime you make a mistake, you're gonna be kicked out. Now, why did he do that? How stupid can someone be? Right? That's so Uganda ain't messy like Kenya. Is that it? I really don't know. Jibby Jabba, I really, maybe there are a lot of crazy things happening out there. First of all, I'm not a happening person, so I wouldn't know. But I think a lot of people do a lot of crazy things. Okay, so I believe maybe there are a lot of people who do a lot of crazy things. So I cannot say. But one thing I know that Ugandans are a little bit preserved, really. That one I know for sure. A lot of the biggest population of people, they're a little bit traditional, and when you have that traditional in you, at times it prevents you from doing a lot of crazy shit. Yeah, because you're very, first of all, Ugandan people are very judgmental. There is no you doing what you want to do here. Now that's how crazy it is. There's no you
It's
do.
like people comment on everything. If
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
good, they will comment on bad.
Yeah.
things, the great size, everything.
There is nothing like people have a right to do what they gotta do. In Uganda, you do shit. People will make sure that you are there in your business to straight up from wherever you are to even reach your parents. And this is how crazy it is. But I know there are still some other strong-hearted, messy people.
I've seen I normally see artists in Uganda crying out.
Yeah, yeah.
They'll be like, I've done everything like
Yeah, yeah.
and then they always cry like
They are
people.
so for you to do something nasty, you must be someone so strong-hearted, because first of all, they're gonna be on your in your business for forever.
Mm.
I should say that. And when you lose that respect in the eyes of Ugandans, you will never gain it, whatever you do. All right. So at the end we find, but I think there are also people who do shit alloy. Okay, we've seen like people who have come out publicly and saying that they've been prostitutes,
Mm.
and they're proud of that and they say it.
Mm.
And but we have not had these prostitutes who go totally naked like
Mm.
we have. I don't know that kind, because most of the people who come out and claim, apart from the prostitutes we see in